Update. Original quotes were added to reflect exactly where Aurora will be visible in the U.S., as well as information about the two models predicting solar activity. Scientists think a severe geomagnetic storm will strike Earth this weekend, potentially triggering significant displays of the northern lights at mid-latitudes, and that means as far south as Oregon, Wyoming and Illinois. Experts sounded the alarm Tuesday after a solar flare caused 3 separate coronal mass ejections on the Sun, all aimed toward Earth, creating a rare, halo CME. A CME is a cloud of magnetic fields and charged particles from the Sun that streams into space at up to 1,900 miles (3,000 kilometers) per second. Space weather forecasters are predicting a potential G3 plus geomagnetic storm later this week, said Dr. Ryan French, a solar physicist at the National Solar Observatory (NSO) in Boulder, Colorado and the author of The Sun: Beginner's Guide to Our Local Star, in an email. In the USA, G3 storm arriving at local night could give aurora as far south as Oregon, Wyoming and Illinois. In his book, French writes that while G2 storms can be seen as far south as New York and Idaho, for G3 it's Illinois and Oregon, and for G4 it's Alabama and Northern California. However, the G3 storm prediction is based on the NASA model, while the competing model from the NOAA predicts a slightly lower G2 storm. According to the NASA model, Earth will be struck by a CME at midday Universal Time, around 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, on Friday, December 1st. That makes Friday night the best time to look for aurora. However, spaceweather.com states that it could arrive the day before, making Thursday and Friday the best nights to go out looking for aurora. A CME can take a few days to travel from the Sun to the Earth, where the charged particles accelerate down the field lines of Earth's magnetic field. The result is a geomagnetic storm, often resulting in an oval of green and red around our planet's poles and down to mid-latitudes if it's strong enough. The effects of a solar flare take just 8 minutes to travel from the Sun at light speed and can cause a radio blackout. The intensity of aurora displays is tricky to predict in advance, but this week, we could see a severe geomagnetic storm. While G1 and G2 class geomagnetic storms are relatively common, G3 and even G4 class storms, rated strong and severe, respectively, are being predicted. Spaceweather.com reports that the CME that strikes on Friday could sweep up one of several slower CMEs ahead of it to become a cannibal CME. Along with 2 earlier storms already en route means we have a 1, 2, 3 punch, said space weather physicist Dr. Tamitha Skov, on X. If the magnetic field is oriented correctly, expect aurora to reach deep into mid-latitudes. G3 plus conditions are possible with this storm series. The G3 prediction is the most probable forecast, but a complicated one based on the number of CMEs expected to arrive in a short window, said French.